guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my wonderful PC life. I'm back today with a combination Dollarama and Dollar Tree shopping haul, as well as some Temu items that I picked up. Now, I'll show you the Temu items first. What I'm going to do is I will have them popping up on the screen while I'm chit-chatting, and that way you can see what I purchased, and I've got the prices on the pictures as well. But while I'm chatting, I will give you an idea of some of my opinions regarding my purchases. Now, I don't have popping up here the picture of the bra that I ordered. To be honest, I probably should send it back. I have no idea how you go about sending things back to Temu. But I tried it on, and it was one of these ones where it doesn't have any underwire, which is what I wanted. I'm one of these people who always wears the same brand and style of bra. I just like that particular one, and it's a wire-free one, and I like that. I don't like having an underwire bra at all. I find those so uncomfortable. So I was hoping this one from Temu, because it was substantially cheaper than what my bras are costing me these days. I'm not sure what they're at, but well over $20 now for one bra. It seems like it's getting a little crazy. So I thought, well, I'll try one of these Temu bras. Well, no, it doesn't have any underwire, and that was good. And it actually did fit, but it didn't seem like it had any support at all. Now, despite the fact that my bras don't have underwire, they do have a fair amount of support. But I found that this Temu bra didn't have any support whatsoever. And it did up at the front, and it felt to me like it was scratching. And I thought, well, that's not comfortable at all. So, you know, I just chucked it back in the bag, and I don't know if I'll send it back or what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, I don't recommend that. Now, the other items that I got, I ordered the same size in all of them. And it's the size that I would think at this point in time that I would be taking. And I was a little disappointed because it's not that I can't wear them at all, but you know when you put something on and it's a little too clingy, and you put it on, you think, oh, geez, I wish it was, one size bigger at least anyway. That's how I felt about the items that I picked up. And I'm wondering if it is because I'm confused about sizing. I always would have thought that Canada and the US, that their sizing in clothing would be the same, but I'm coming to the conclusion that I don't think that they are. And why do I say this? Well, partially because of the things I ordered not working out quite the way I wanted them to, but also because I follow a lady on YouTube. Her name is Lori, and I believe she's in Ohio. And she's been losing a lot of weight lately. She's using not Ozempic, but one of those similar type drugs for weight, well, not just for weight loss. She's a diabetic as well. So for the combination of two reasons in her case. So I've been watching her videos, and she's been ordering things online, and I'm kind of surprised at the sizes she orders when she talks about what size she is. She's saying she's like maybe a 16, and she's ordering online like 1X's and 2X's. And I'm like, well, here in Canada, a 16 is not a 1X or a 2X. Not at all. And to me, I would think that a 1X in Canada would be the equivalent of about a 20, a size 20. And a 2X would be about the equivalent of a 22. So that's like not even remotely close to a size 16. So like I say, I'm a little confused. I'm thinking, well, are these more of a US size? Like I say, I could send them all back, but I am hoping to lose some weight. So if I can even lose, maybe 20 pounds, then they'll probably all fit just fine. But it's this size thing that I'm confused about. If any of you can explain this, I would love to hear what the answer is, because I would have thought Canada and the US, the sizing would be the same, but I really don't think that they are. Anyway, by now, my various items will have popped up on the screen with the prices, and I will link those down below for you. So my next items will be Dollar Tree. I'll do those first. Now, this first one, I can't remember if I did it in my last haul. I was too lazy to go and look. But anyway, I bought one of these little shelves, and this one was smaller than the other ones that I'd been buying at Dollarama. This was a tiny size, and this was $1.75. I forget what the measurements are. Maybe, I don't know, would it be 10 by 6 or something like that. Once again, I could go get the measuring tape, but anyway, it's a smaller size. It's good for the narrow cabinets in your cupboards, as opposed to the other ones are better in the wider ones. But I got that for $1.75, and of course it was made in China. So I got that to put some of my stuff on. And then I got this item. If you go to Dollar Tree after a holiday, then whatever items they have that are holiday related tend to be half price. So I got this little sparkly green bow tie for 75 cents. And that was, needless to say, made in China. So I got that. And then I got some potato chips. And these are the hard bite, nothing artificial, handcrafted style chips. This is the all natural flavor, 150 gram bag. Looks like so. And those are made right here in Canada, over on the mainland, I believe, over around, I'm not sure if it's Burnaby. I think it might be around Burnaby. So those were $2, and like I say, made in Canada. And then I got another bag of the Laura Secord chocolate chips. I got the milk chocolate ones. They did have the semi-sweet as well. 150 gram bag, and those are also made in Canada. So that was good. And like I say, $2 if I didn't already say so. And then I got this little jar. I did a recipe the other day. I'll put a picture in here, show you my muffins that I made. I made some banana muffins. And we know that I had an issue with my banana bread, that it didn't come out the way it was supposed to. It just seemed too dry. And when I was making the muffins, I was very careful to pay attention, because the recipe was saying two things. It said 3 bananas or a cup and a half of mushed up banana. So when I mushed up my 3 bananas, it was just slightly over a cup. So I'm like, okay, it doesn't have, if I use 3 bananas, that's not enough banana for a cup and a half. So I got another banana. It wasn't as ripe, but I tossed it in the microwave and got it all warmed up so I could mush it better, because it wasn't that ripe that it would have been easy to sort of mush it up. But anyway, I mushed that one up, put a 4th one in, and with a 4th banana, it was a cup and a half. So that was my problem with my banana bread, was because it wanted, I think it was a cup and a half as well, and I only had 3 bananas. So lesson learned, if you're going to make something that involves bananas or something like that, don't go by the number of bananas they say, go by the number of cups they say, because my muffins turned out delicious. So I was happy about that. Anyway, back to where I was going with the next item. The next item, when I was making the muffins, I was trying to get a spoon of salt out of my box of salt. And I noticed that I was having a hard time getting that spoon in there. So I thought, I'm going to look for a little jar, and I'll just put my salt in the jar. And I found this one. It's actually a cute jar too. It looks like this. And that's the lid on it. I thought that's about the perfect size to put my box of salt in there. And I'll just have to, I don't know, write on the top of it or something as to what's in it. So if Dave goes to look for salt, he'll know. Or I'll remember if I don't use it sometime soon. But hopefully I will. Anyway, that was $1.75, made in China, even though technically I could have held it to them. Obviously that's the US price on the bottom, $1.25, but it was $1.75. So anyway, I got that, and that'll work out just fine for my salt. And then I wanted just a few eggs, and I realized price-wise this probably wasn't the greatest deal. There's only 5 eggs in this little bag. As you can see, there's different colors of little Easter eggs. And that was $1.75, made in China, of course. And so anyway, I got that because I had a spot where I could just use a few. I didn't need a lot of eggs. So then I also got way too many of these garlands, but I keep buying them when I see a different one. This one is the seasonal, whatever it says, seasonal something, seasonal collection Easter wood bead garland. And that's what this one looks like. It's got some different shaped beads in there, in different colors. And this one has the little Easter egg on the one end, and then of course the tassels on the other end. And that was $1.75 and made in China. And then I got a cute little bunny sign because I had a spot where I wanted to hang something. And this was $1.75, made in China as well. And it's the little bunny sign. Happy Easter, it says. I thought it was kind of cute. It's got the little tail there and the little bow up here. They had them in blue and pink, and I thought, well, I'm going to go with the pink one. I could have gone either way, though. So I got that, and then I got some bread and some buns. Now this is a good brand of bread. Dave buys this at Costco, and needless to say, he pays, I don't know if it's $7.99 or something for 2 loaves, something like that. And it's only $2 at Dollar Tree. And that's the Silver Hills 7 Sprouted Power bread. 8 grams of fiber, 11 grams of protein, and 39 grams of whole grains. And that looks like that. So like I say, $2. Definitely cheaper than getting it at Costco. We'll still get it at Costco if I don't remember to pick some up. But the guy just dropped the load off when I was there. So I thought that's got to be nice and fresh. So I grabbed some. And it is made in Canada. And also he dropped off the Dempster's Signature Gold Buns. Looks like so. And there's 6 buns in there. And that was $2 as well. Also made in Canada. So that's my items from Temu and from Dollar Tree. I will get this stuff out of my way and bring over my Dollarama items. Okay, I got everything cleared away and I got my Dollarama stuff all ready to go. The first thing I got was some of these Planters Party Crunch Mix. Missy mentioned these, so I decided I just had to try them. And when I saw them, I picked them up. It's got roasted peanuts, mini pretzels, caramel corn, praline almonds, and semi-sweet chocolate chips. 375 gram bag, and those are packaged in Canada, it says. And that's what these look like. Now, I'm going to give a bit of a review on them. They're good, but I found maybe it's because the rest of the stuff is sort of settled to the bottom of the bag. I'm not seeing a lot of the praline almonds, the chocolate chips, and the roasted peanuts. I have a feeling they're all at the bottom of the bag, and so I'm getting right now mostly mini pretzels and the popcorn. But I'm sure that they're in there, but maybe try and mix yours up a little better because I'm sure mine all settled to the bottom of the bag. So anyway, I got those, and those were $4. And then I got the Jelly Bunnies. What brand are these? Bon Bon Bunny Jelly Bunnies, 260 grams, little gummy bunnies, So cute. I love that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that Dave will not touch, but I like it. I like this sort of thing. So I got those. That's a 260 gram bag for $2. I'm not sure where it's imported from, and I even went online and tried to find that out, and I didn't find out where it was imported from. But anyway, it's imported from somewhere, hopefully not the US. So I got those, and then Dave was with me, and he picked out the Crackle Pop Oven Baked Cheese Flavored Puffs, 130 gram bag. Looks like so, and those were $1.50 and product of Canada, it said. So I got them. And Dave also picked out this can of Fraser Farm gravy and meatballs, 425 gram. He saw those and decided we'd give them a try. Those were $2.50, and they did say that they were from Canada on them. And then I got one of the hams that I like to pick up, the Mario's cooked hams, 340 gram for $3.75, and those are from Denmark. It sounds like we're going to be getting a lot more items coming from Europe now. Like, we've always gotten a certain number, but it sounds like there's going to be more and more things sourced out from the various stores that we go to here, that they're going to try to find alternatives rather than get things from the US. They're going to try and find things from other countries a lot more now, which is a good thing, I think. And then we got one bag of the, what is that brand again? I don't know. Meter Full or something. It's some foreign word. Golden sugar. It's the 400 gram bag. I don't do a lot of baking, so to buy this type of sugar, if I buy too much ahead of time, if I buy a big bag, it's just going to go hard on me. So anyway, I got a little bag of that, and that was $1.25 and made in Thailand. So then I got some of the island bars from up by the front checkout. And those are 60 gram bars, 50 cents a piece. And those are from Turkey. And extremely good. I love those. And then I got some seasoning salt. I've noticed there was just the tiniest bit left in our bottle. So I grabbed another bottle of that. Seasoning salt, Encore Gourmet seems to be the brand. 120 gram or 4.23 ounce. That looks like so. And that was, oh my God, I didn't write it down. Wow. It wasn't much. I think it was something. $2.50 maybe? I think it might have been $2.50. Anyway, and it was made in Canada. And then I got another one of these silly garland things. I just think they're so cute. I just love the colored beads. So whenever I see a different one, I end up buying it. And this one was actually a nicer quality than the Dollar Tree ones, because the Dollar Tree ones, the part on the end tends to be more like probably I'd say cardboard. This one actually feels like it's wood, and it's actually painted on both sides. So this is the, it just says wooden, well, Occasions brand. Occasions Wooden Bead Garland, $2.50. So it is more than the Dollar Tree ones. And this one has the pink bunny on the end and the colored beads. And it looks like so. So I decided to grab one more of those. I think I'm running out of places for these things. I think I need to stop buying little beaded garlands, but I just can't resist them. So then I got this because I was thinking this would be handy, and I probably will go back and pick up a couple more of these if I can find them again. It's the Kitchen Elements Spice Dispenser, made in China, and it's $1.50. Now, that was the first time I noticed these. Maybe they've always been there and I just didn't look for them. But you see, it's got the thing at the top so you can dispense your, and it, you know, it opens up, oh, that's closed, and then it opens up like so. And I don't know if it had, does it have a spot for, oh yeah, there we go. There, if you just want to sprinkle a little bit, or if you want more, or it can close right up. I had just recently bought some ginger and some, what was the other thing? Well, whatever. It was 2 spices anyway. And all I could find was in the bags. Well, I don't really like the idea of keeping them in the bags. I'd rather have them in a jar. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put that in here. And like I say, I'm going to go back and get maybe 1 or 2 more, for sure, at least 1 more, because I think that's a great idea right there. So then I got some more little cupcake cups. $1.50, and these ones are the Occasions baking cups, package of 50. They did have some there that had the 75 in the package, but I liked the design on this one. So I ended up getting this one with the bunny on it. He's upside down. There. Now he's the right way. Then he's got a little chickie and an Easter egg. I thought that one was cute. So I got that for $1.50. And of course that was made in China. As was the shaker, if I didn't say so. Kind of goes without saying, whenever it's that sort of stuff, it generally is not made here. And then this was something that I had been looking for. And I had gotten the one, I don't know if it was in my last haul or the one before. And it was something that I had seen Missy haul, and I had seen them in the store, but I had passed them by because I had Dave with me. And then I went back and I managed to find another store that still had some left. I did get the little chef one last time with the mixing spoon, and now I got the little ducky with the towel on her head and her bathrobe on. And I assume that's supposed to be a cup of coffee. It's yellow, but I'm sure it's supposed to be a cup of coffee. So anyway, that was $1.50, and that was made in China. And then the next item, I talked about this in my last video, I'm sure I did, that I wanted to get another egg yolk separator, because I had used the one I had to make the hat on my bunny that I showed everybody in my recent video. And I couldn't find just the egg separator. I went to, I don't know, a few different stores, still didn't find one. And Dollarama had these ones here. And it came with the egg separator there, and it came with the mixing cups, or the measuring cups, which I didn't really need measuring cups, but I guess it can't hurt to have some extra ones, you know, if you're measuring more than one thing at a time, sort of a thing. And of course, these have all got the, you know, the amount, the size of the cup on them and that. Made in China, of course, and they were $5, which was kind of hard to take, especially because these are hand wash only. I was disappointed when I read that when I got it home. I thought, I might not have bought them if I would have known they were hand wash only, but I guess I'll just have to remember if I use them to rinse them off and just, you know, give them some soap and water and clean them off that way. But anyway, it's got this here too, this fluid volume measurement and dry volume measurement little doohickey on here, which I suppose could come in handy. But anyway, at least I'll have a thing if I have to do some egg yolk separating. So I got that. And then I got something else that I needed for baking. Every time I'm baking something, it says to put it on a cooling rack, and I couldn't seem to find a cooling rack anywhere. I don't know if I used to have one and maybe it got lost in the move, because we've moved so many times in our lives. And what happens is, if you go to move, Dave's like, well, you don't really use this. This is what he'll say, and he'll get rid of stuff. And, you know, he'll either sell it at a yard sale or he'll chuck things out on me. So I thought, I'm going to buy another cooling rack. So next time I have to put something on one, I will have it. And it's the Rama Design cooling rack iron wire, it says 16.7 by 11.6 inch for $4.50. And that looks like so. So now I have something to put my baked goods on when they come out of the oven. And that was $4.50 and made in China, if I didn't already say so. Now the next item I got was something that actually I saw it when I was with Dave, but I didn't buy it right then. And he thought it was kind of a neat idea. Now, right now we have no reason to paint because we're still in this rental house. But as we know, I'm hoping that at some point we can buy something. So I saw this and I thought it was so unusual. And it's a painting bucket, paint tray bucket it calls itself, $5. Fits, what does it say here? What does that word say? Rollers. It looked like rodders or something. Fits rollers and brushes up to 11 inches. And here's what it looks like. It's kind of a big thing to show. But you see how on the inside, there's where your roller goes up and down. And it's actually fairly deep. Unlike your usual paint trays, you know, they're just kind of flat and, you know, not very deep. This one here looks like it would hold a fair amount of paint, and I think you'd be less inclined to get paint splashing all over the place. So for $5, I thought that was a kind of cool thing to get, and hopefully at some point we'll have something to paint so we can use it. And to go along with that, also $5 and also made from in China, if I didn't already say that. Once again, it almost went without saying there. They had the matching, what is the brand? Pro Painter Professional Quality Pivoting Paintbrush. And here's what this looks like. You have to push this button here and then it will move. I'll show you the pictures rather than fiddle around with it right now while I'm on camera. But you see how the paintbrush can go on different angles. So if you're trying to paint around like a doorway or something, you'll be able to do so easier with the pivoting paintbrush. Something new and interesting at Dollarama, I thought, between that and the bucket. So I got that, and then I got an Easter basket, kind of a cute one for $3.50. That's what that looks like. It's got the little bunny face on there, the little button eyes, the little pink nose and the little whiskers and the little bunny ears. And it's got like a fake fur around the outside edge. This is what I'm planning on putting my carrots in. I will show you right now a image of what Dave did when I wasn't looking, where he put my big carrots that I had bought. He put them up there, and I will put a picture in here so you can see what Dave did with my carrots. But I had already bought this for the carrots to go in. So they're going to go in this. And then my last items. Now, when Richard and Emily were over at Christmas, he went into my cupboard where I carry all my, like I have all my mugs in there. And he actually took out the ghost mug that I have, and he was making his coffee in the ghost mug. And it's like, well, those ones there aren't really supposed to be, in my opinion, they're not supposed to be actually used. They're just for looks. And those ones in particular, I have heard that they don't work out very well if you actually do put coffee in them. Apparently they're meant to be just for decor. They don't handle the heat. They will actually crack, from what I've heard. So I don't really want him using those mugs. I've got lots of other mugs in there, but I thought I'm going to get him a mug that's going to be his own mug, and a mug for Emily that will be her own mug. So when they come, they will know that those are their mugs that they can use. Now, this is more my generation, and I'm sure you've all seen this because it's been shown online quite a bit and everything. And anyway, it's the Charlie Brown mug. So this is going to be Richard's mug. He gets Charlie Brown. These were $5. And they were made in China, but the good thing about these is they are dishwasher and microwave safe. So they're a good quality mug. So there's Charlie Brown, and there it says it inside as well. And then it says "Good Grief" on the back. I always loved that cartoon. That's like I say, that's my generation. Now, Amelie's mug really isn't my generation. I'm not particularly familiar, other than I see things with it all the time, but I don't think I've ever watched a cartoon of this. I don't even think it was Richard's generation, but maybe Emily was familiar with it. I don't know. Anyway, it's the Hello Kitty mug for Amelie. That will be her mug. There it is, the Hello Kitty, and it's got the same, I guess it's the same picture on the back, but it doesn't say Hello Kitty on the back. And then, of course, it's got, what's it on the inside? Oh, it's got like a little butterfly and a bee. I don't know how well you can see that. Oops, there we go. A butterfly and a bee on the inside. Like I say, I've never watched Hello Kitty, but I know it's popular. So that'll be Amelie's mug when she comes over. So anyway, that's my video for today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button and become a member of my YouTube family. And if you haven't also hit the notification bell, be sure to do that so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're all healthy and happy. I hope you're not getting as much rain as we're getting, because we've had an awful lot of rain lately. I really could use some more sunshine. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'd like to thank you for joining me. And until my next video, bye-bye.
Bonus here, Edger.
Yeah.
You guys see the seal through the discos.
Just